Fox 10 News keeping you informed as Hurricane Ida continues plowing into Louisiana. Hi, everybody. I'm Byron Day. You're looking live now down Bienville Street near the quarter as Ida blows through the Big Easy. Take a look at that tree off to the right there, just bending around. And from what we understand, they are still experiencing wind gusts of 60 to 75 miles an hour through New Orleans. Flooding rains, hurricanes, wind gusts taking a toll. We've got some new information about Ida and her position to share with you in just a couple of minutes. Now, this is video from Rosie in New Orleans, and you can see the rain just pelting and the wind whipping as we take a look along Canal Street there as Hurricane Ida continues to pound near New Orleans, again with heavy rains and flooding, as well as those wind gusts that are still at hurricane strength, 60 to 75 miles an hour. Okay, back here at home, the Bankhead Tunnel will be closing at 7 due to more expected flooding along the causeway. Let's check in now with Fox 10 News' Lee Peck to see what the situation looks like right now. Lee?
Yeah, hey Byron, we're at McNally Park here off of Dolphin Island Parkway. You can see this is right on Mobile Bay. Look at the water here. It was quite a bit rougher about an hour ago, believe it or not. So it has calmed somewhat in the last hour or so. We have not seen too much rain. There's a light mist at the moment, but just to my right here is the Buccaneer Yacht Club. About an hour or so ago, we saw one of those boat owners appeared to be kind of making sure things were secure there. All of these boats look secure. They've all taken the necessary precautions ahead of this storm. And just in the very far distance, I don't know if we can zoom in there, you can see the Dog River Bridge. At the foot of the bridge, we did go over it just a minute ago. At the foot of the bridge, there are barricades. That area, of course, known to be overwhelmed by water when these storms do come ashore. But people right now able to get across the bridge in both directions with no major issues. And here at McNally Park, again off of DIP, a lot of people coming and going since we've been here about an hour or so. A lot of sightseers. Most of the people that we talk to say they hate to see New Orleans get the brunt of this storm, but they know it could be so much worse. So a lot of people thinking about the people in New Orleans to our east. Reporting live here in Mobile, Lee Peck, Fox 10 News.
All right, Lee, thanks very much. And speaking of New Orleans, we just got an update that according to our sister station there, Fox 8 in New Orleans, they just had a wind gust of 110 miles an hour. So we're going to have more about New Orleans and the path of Ida in just a second. But meanwhile, Fox 10 News' Lacey Beasley is on Dolphin Island for us. Just last year, the island getting slugged by slow-moving Sally. Let's get an update now on the situation there. Lacey, tell us about the causeway there.
Hey Byron, well right now I'm actually in Bayou La Battery. I'm off Shell Belt Road, specifically on Warner Street, where we're seeing some flooding in the roads. Right now the rain is coming down a little bit. It's not as bad as it was about an hour ago, and honestly it's getting a little cold out here. I'm in shorts and I'm getting a little cold. But look behind me, you can see the road is flooded. It might not look bad, but even around the corner I can just tell you that this is deeper than what it looks. The only cars that I've seen coming through have been lifted trucks. We saw people down on four-wheelers coming through. We even talked to one family who said that this is just another day for them. They're down here on their four-wheelers, they're riding through town, they're not worried about anything. Even coming down off Shell Belt Road, the beginning of the road was blocked off for potential flooding. As of right now, the roads are passable. It's not flooded right now at all. And even people that we've talked to, I mean, once again, they say this is another day in Bayou La Battery. This is another storm coming through for them, another hurricane, and people here are just sticking it out and riding it out. And we'll have more updates later on in the night, but as of right now, minor flooding we're seeing. This is one of the main roads that we've saw that's been flooded, but continuing on for the rest of the night, people just be out and stay safe.
All right, Lacey Beasley reporting from Bayou La Battery. Okay, now let's go to Baldwin County. Gulf waters still remain closed there. Double red flags flying. Let's bring in our Tyler Finger. Tyler, the rip currents can be life-threatening.
Yeah, Byron, no doubt about that. The rip currents can definitely be life-threatening. You can see the rough surf out there, those white caps just continuing to pound Gulf Shores Beach tonight, and it just continues to come on and on shore here, getting worse and worse as we've been out here throughout the afternoon and now the evening. It really just shows how powerful this storm is, just 180 miles to our west, and what it's bringing to us here in Gulf Shores. The rain has really come and gone, but the the wind still a concern out here, and also the surf. And I'm going to walk up here get up on the seawall here and walk this way. You'll see there's some sand on the sidewalk here, and also some folks are starting to come out and about onto the beach. We're not able to show you that, but I want to bring you over here just to show you the rip current warnings, and this is why they have actually closed it. The wind once again picking back up. You can see this right here is the concern out here, and that's why the water is closed. The double red flags are flying out here on Gulf Shores Beach. Lots of concern, but again, the rain kind of waning a little bit, which is why some folks are really starting to come out and kind of explore the area. That is not advised at this point because there is still some flooding issues in Gulf Shores. They're going to continue to advise us and advise people not to be out here until the system continues to move out of our area, because as you can see, we are still seeing that wind, the rain dying down, but those rip current risks extremely high out there. That rough surf just mesmerizing to see just how bad it is here in Gulf Shores. We're going to continue to monitor the situation and bring you updates throughout the evening. But for now, live in Gulf Shores, Tyler Finger, Fox 10 News.
Tyler, thank you. Well, there's been a change in Ida's path. Fox 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith is here now with that, plus to tell us that we're not out of the woods by a long shot. Right, Jason?
That's right. We're still going to see the potential of a lot of flooding tonight and tomorrow as we get in these persistent bands on the outside of Ida. We're in a little bit of a lull right now, which is good, but the rain is trying to come back in from and around Dolphin Island. New Orleans is getting a little more than they bargained for, as it's taken more of a wobble to the right, more of a northerly track here with the most recent advisory. And right now, the new update from the National Hurricane Center shows it's going north-northwest at 10. So it's already started to make that turn more northerly. That means it may actually stay a little closer to our area, but also it's bringing the core of the winds right into the west side of New Orleans. Places like Laplace and Metairie and Uptown seeing quite a bit of issues and wind gusts over 80 miles an hour there. The pressures come up to 941 and the winds are 125. It is still a significant major hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale, but we do expect gradual decline in the winds. It's actually held together remarkably well. The wind and the eye showing up quite well there on the satellite imagery. That forecast track shows more of a north-northwest and then northerly track tonight and into tomorrow. That's going to bring it up into southern Mississippi. It may pass more over the east side of Baton Rouge, so that's going to be more problematic from Denham Springs east over towards Hammond as it lifts to the north across I-10 and across I-12 tonight. Here's a look at the core of the storm, and this is the bad stuff. There's really two layers to this eye wall, and one of those layers, the outer layer, is impacting New Orleans now, especially the west side of town here. So we're looking at that as a problem there. Also starting to see the eye fill a little bit as it is beginning to weaken some. Meanwhile, well, we've got a little band of some better weather right here. Just some light rain over northern Mobile County and Baldwin County. It picks back up here in Monroe County and also up near Atmore, and new bands are trying to come up from Dolphin Island and spread back across Mobile County. We've got to watch those because we do have some flash flood warnings in effect right now. One of those for Fort Morgan Road area, another one for Pensacola, and another one for Escambia County. And the night is young. We still have a tornado watch in effect for a little while longer, and we do see the potential of flooding increasing overnight tonight and into tomorrow. And for more on those rain totals and what we've seen, I'm going to send it over to meteorologist Jennifer Lambert. It's going to be a busy night, Jen.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Jason. This is something that we're keeping an eye on, not just for today, for tomorrow, but all the way up until Tuesday, too. So I want to go ahead and talk about what we've already seen, and that's going to be those rainfall amounts extending from around 3 to 5 inches for a lot of places. So if you can just go ahead, take max to full. That way we can just talk about some of the rain amounts that we've already seen. That's going to be extending mainly the coastal spots, seeing a lot of what has already happened. Again, if y'all could just take max 2, it's going to be there. But the rainfall amounts, this is something that we really have to keep an eye on. There we go. So the coastal spots, seeing the bulk of this, that's going to be southern Mobile and Baldwin counties, even Escambia County in Florida, seeing that purple. That's going to be those larger amounts. So just zooming in a little bit closer, we are seeing just some of those around 5 almost 6 inches in Gulf Shore. So that's going to be southern Baldwin County, Dauphin Island picking up just about 3.5. Downtown Mobile also close to that 2 to 3. And then just south of Molino, that one's going to be over 6 inches. But we're not done. This is going to be one of the biggest threats that we're seeing. So for the next 48 hours, this is going to be our rainfall forecast. Running it all the way until Tuesday, those rain bands, they're going to be sticking around. We're expecting possibly another 8 to 10 inches in some areas. You can see that Dauphin Island, 10.5, and that's in addition to what we've already seen. So keep that in mind. Flooding, a big concern, especially with Ida pushing further up to the northeast. We're still talking about those southeasterly winds pushing a lot of this Gulf moisture up with it. So tides still going to be high. River stages still going to be high, not going to be seeing much relief there. So this is something to be concerned about heading into midweek and something that we'll be keeping a close eye on. If you are in an easily flood-prone area, just be careful, make sure you're staying tuned, and always have that backup plan too, since we will continue to see a lot of this rain heading into midweek. But we will continue to keep you updated here on Fox 10 News. Byron.
All right, Jim, thanks very much. Of course, we're continuing to track Hurricane Ida, and we will have more coming up in our next update at 7 o'clock. I'm Byron Day. See you then.